guys expect that women are automatically domicile engineered, if you will, and so that everything would be in its proper place, and then they are shocked to come and find out place is a mess, yet their place is neat.
Yes.
So did that happen
Yes,
for you?
especially men with military background. They're very, very neat.
There's order and
Yes.
organization to the whole thing.
Yes. But every chapter I find good in every man. This is not a negative read. This is not a man-eater book.
How hard were the breakups?
A few of them were pretty hard. The hardest one was the hopeful finale, the last one. That was pretty hard.
Any of these guys mama's boys?
Oh, there's a mama's boy in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I really wish that mama would have learned a lesson, but I know she never will.
The second date was me, him, and Mama, and 5 hours
out.
later, Mama wanted to know everything except what bra size I wore. Yeah, there was a lot of Q&A.
Isn't that a little soon to meet the parents?
I think so. And he dates his mother 3 days a week, and he's a very busy man, so, and then had a 15-year-old with lots of issues, so where was time for me? That was a question.
Any stalkers?
No stalkers. No.
Any obsessive guys?
No. No. Because I pretty much, when I'm done, I'm very honest, and, you know, I write a very good Dear John letter, Mark.
You do it in writing?
Sometimes.
You give an exit in writing?
Sometimes. It depends on the guy.
How much guts is that? Don't you at least owe it to tell them to their face, you know what, you're not the guy?
Well, I call him and tell him that to read the email.
The exit
so
interview?
I do both.
Oh, you do it in... Oh, you don't even do it face-to-face?
It depends. It depends.
Oh, come on. I expected better than that. Really?
So some of them got it face to face.
Yeah.
But they all got warning, because there were some really good ones in there.
Put people on notice.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think along the path of getting to know you have to be very honest about, you know, I need my personal space time, and don't insult my grandchildren. You know, don't cross the line where you don't need to cross the line.
Exactly. We're talking with Angela Latore in these final minutes of her book, Incredible Dating and Adventures. Did you date multiple people?
At one time?
Yeah.
No, never.
What's the space between people? Did you give yourself space, or did you not feel you had to?
No, I gave myself space.
Not that you had to grieve over every person you met, but I'm just like, you gave yourself space.
Yes. But there's one chapter there called Internet Madness and More, and some of these guys online, you know, I might have made it to the appetizer during lunch. It was that bad.
There's something called speed dating. Have you ever done that?
I've done it once.
What's that like?
It's done in a restaurant setting, and there's about 10 seats per table, and everybody has like a minute or two, and then you rotate the people from table to table.
You sit down and talk to somebody for 2 minutes?
It's like musical chairs.
You sit down and talk to somebody sits down and you're kind of like interviewing them for date material.
Yes.
For 2 minutes?
Pretty much.
What can you learn in 2 minutes?
Not much.
Yeah.
And I think what's happened in this middle age arena is there's way too much emphasis on the physical and on, I mean, you have to have an attraction, I understand, but what's really important at this age, I think, is what really needs to be addressed. A happy heart, a happy person with a normal home life, my 3 H's.
Anybody in this book, did you date twice? Like you dated them and then they came up in the rotation for a second time?
Yes, the cheap heartthrob was the longest running gentleman, because it was on and off, and he actually proposed.
Really?
Yes.
And you said no?
And I said no.
Second time he proposed?
We were on and off for 2 years. He did not live locally, so the geography was a problem.
Yeah, I was going to ask, long distance? Did you do long distance?
Long distance, and he traveled, and he was quite a bit older than me. So those were all issues. He wasn't here with me.
So the bottom line is, for readers who decide to come out and meet you or get a copy of the book, is you are hopeful, you are positive.
Yes.
How did this book change you?
I have new confidence. I have new boundaries now. I am definitely more guarded and taking things much, much slower, Mark. And I'm okay just the way I am.
Good for you.
I'm
Angela
peaceful.
Latore, the book is called Incredible Dating Adventures. Next, Live, Love, Laugh, and Sometimes Cry. Angela Latore, our guest on the Bookmark program. You can meet her at Caribbean Jack's on July 15th between 5 and 8. Get a signed copy of the book and get to hear what her girlfriends have to say as they reenact chapters of the book. Ought to be a lot of fun.
And someone's going to win a cruise the end of the summer.
Someone's going to win a cruise.
The best story. We're doing a contest on my website. Send me your best dating story from the guys as well. And then I'm going to pick a certain amount. We're going to submit them back to the readers, and somebody's going to win a cruise to the Bahamas.
They say if you've ever dated, you'll love the book. IncredibleDatingAdventures.com is the website. Tell a story, win a cruise with Angela Latore, our guest on Bookmark. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much, Mark. It's been a pleasure.
When we come back, Ralph Reed when Bookmark continues. Okay, let's give you the top 10 nonfiction books in America this week. Recommended reading. We begin at number 10, The Last Stand. I've heard a lot of good stuff. I heard Imus talking about this, by Nathaniel Philbrick. It's a Viking published book, Custer, Sitting Bull, and the Battle of the Bighorn. 8 weeks as a bestseller, The Last Stand. Number 9 is Uncharted Territory, as one word, Territory, by Tori Spelling with Hilary Lifton. It's a gallery book. Humorous stories about juggling Hollywood work, marriage, and motherhood. Uncharted Territory. Number 8, this is 83 weeks as a bestseller, Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Why Some People Succeed, from the author of Blink, Outliers. Number 7 is War by Sebastian Junger. It's 12 publishers. The Intense Lives of American Soldiers in a Lethal Corner of Afghanistan by the author of The Perfect Storm, War. Number 6, Empire of the Summer Moon by S. C. Gwynne. It's a Scribner published book. The story of Quanah Parker, the last and greatest chief of the Comanches. Empire of the Summer Moon, debuting at number 6 this week. Number 5, Spoken from the Heart by Laura Bush, Scribner Publishers. 8 weeks as a bestseller, a memoir from the former First Lady. Number 4, Chelsea, Chelsea, Bang Bang by Chelsea Handler, Grand Central Publishers. More humorous personal essays from the comedian. Chelsea, Chelsea, Bang Bang. Number 3, 15 weeks as a bestseller, The Big Short by Michael Lewis, Norton Publishers. The people who saw the real estate crash coming and made billions from their foresight. Number 2 is Medium Raw by Anthony Burbain. It's an Echo HarperCollins cooperative venture. The author of Kitchen Confidential looks critically at changes in the food and restaurant cultures. Medium Raw. And the number 1 best-selling book in American nonfiction this week is Blank, because there's an expletive there. Blank, My Dad Says, by Justin Halperin. IT Books, HarperCollins. A coming-of-age memoir organized around the musings purveyed on Twitter of the author's father. Blank, My Dad Says. 8 weeks now as a bestseller. Those are your top 10 books. Still to come, Ralph Reed and your fiction books as well. This is Bookmark. Sponsored by our friends at Fox Mattress Makers. Take a book to bed and get the best night's sleep. It's all part of your good health with a local company that builds for less. Rick Carter at Fox Mattress Makers. For over 40 years, people have been enjoying the value, so you're supporting a local business. I sleep on one of these things. I bought my Fox mattress a couple of years ago, and it's still like new. It's a pillow top king. I love it. Try it. 2.5 miles from Mason, 2.5 miles from Granada. Hey, look, if you don't like the thing, they'll take it back. That's how sold they are on knowing that you're going to be sold on what they do. And they're built for the Florida climate during the big green sale. You're saving money at Fox Mattress Makers. Proud sponsors of today's Bookmark.